Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to CSL Greater Boston, Centers for Spiritual Living. And here we are live in Medford, and wherever you are, thank you for being here with us. And we are here to talk about truth, to be in a place of joy, community, and love. Here at Centers for Spiritual Living, what we do is we talk about religion, philosophy, and science, and we bring it all together in a loving way that we can put it into practical use every day. We're reminded again and again that we are not human doings, we are human beings. And the beingness is what life is all about. So today's topic is laughter is the best medicine. And it truly is. We, especially in these times that we're in and have been in, it's so important that we remember the many benefits, that this is what we're here for. It's not about struggle. It's not about accomplishing. It's not about putting out fires, whatever the daily stuff may be. It's about living and being and celebrating. Because isn't joy what we really are? If it's a divine attribute, it's who I am. But how often do I remember? So today we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about having fun and being in a beautiful space, and really, how do I stay there, and what good is it to my body, and all that fun stuff. So thank you for being here with me. And we're going to start with the healing song from Karen Drucker.
Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does.
All healing energy flows through me now. Harmony, balance, vitality, that glorious wisdom that creates and sustains health is mine. I live in divine well-being now and always.
Yeah. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process.
Yes, joy fills every part of my soul, and I am loved, and I know it. I practice these mantras. I live in this place, and I bask in the joy. Or I forget and I go on to the next task. So today we're going to talk about how to get into that routine, get into the practice of not taking the practices so seriously that they take us out of the point of them, which is the joy. So we are going to play with that today. And our invocation this morning is from our beloved Karen.
Good morning. As you settle into your seat and just get comfortable, close your eyes and think. Think for a moment about being surrounded by laughter, being surrounded by joy, as Karen Drucker just said, that it fills every part of your body from your head to your ears, to your nose, to your cheeks, to your shoulders, joy and laughter and peace. And down to your belly and your hips and your legs and your feet. Joy surrounds us, and that joy is this one presence, this one power. Mother, Father, God, everywhere in every cell of our being, we are surrounded by this presence. We are one with this presence. There is nowhere that this presence, this power, this joy is not. This service this morning is blessed. This service is blessed by the message that Gina is going to give us, by the words that you're going to hear, the song that might touch your heart, the reminder to laugh and have joy and be childlike. All those things that are good that we are feeling right now. As before service, we were all laughing, and as we end service, we will laugh, and every moment in between. Laughter is good medicine. And this service is full of it this morning. I am so thankful for Gina's message, for the technology, for each person in this room, for each person out there in the world of the internet watching us later on YouTube or on New Thought Media. We are so thankful. I'm so thankful for all of it. And for Science of Mind and for Ernest Holmes for having this message to be able to give and to everyone this morning. And so we release this knowing that it is perfect and complete. And would you join me in saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Karen, for that beautiful invocation. And yes, thank you to all of you that are watching, wherever it may be. Thank you for your community with us. For there is only one, and wherever you are, we are. So thank you for being here with us this morning. And our sacred reading is a special one this morning. I am very happy to have Barbara Epstein doing our sacred reading this morning.
Good morning. Am I on there? Okay. So after thinking about what I might want to read, I really went through a bunch of little things thinking I'd find something that was humorous, that would relate to what we're doing. But instead, I came up with a duet that I am using to describe what's the difference between a metaphysician and a physician. And now a metaphysician is somebody who uses universal spiritual principles of truth. And a physician, of course, takes care of our physical body and makes us well, hopefully. But sometimes there may be a better thing happening with the metaphysical, because sometimes it is a lot of stuff that we can work through ourselves and heal. So this young woman goes into a doctor's office and she says, I hear singing and there's no one there. I smell blossoms, but the trees are bare. All day long, I seem to walk on air. I wonder why, I wonder why. I keep tossing in my sleep at night. And what's more, I've lost my appetite. Stars that used to twinkle in the skies are twinkling in my eyes. I wonder why. And the physician says, well, dear, you seem very, very upset. And so I'm going to prescribe some tranquilizers. And in fact, I will make an appointment for a visit to a psychotherapist and have you evaluated. And the metaphysician, knowing that, and that can be anybody as a metaphysician who uses these principles, can say, I have the answer. You don't need analyzing. It is not so surprising that you feel very strange, but nice. Your heart goes pitter-patter. I know just what's the matter, because I've been there once or twice. Put your head on my shoulder. You need someone who's older. Rub down with a velvet glove. There's nothing you can take to relieve that pleasant ache. You're not sick, you're just in love.
Thank you so much for that beautiful, beautiful reading. And that's what it's all about, is being in that place of going with the flow of life and finding the joy along the way. So before we get into the message, I'm going to play a song that I absolutely love. And from the first time that I heard it, I absolutely loved it. And it's called Joy. And it's actually, well, I'll just play it. It's by Johnny Diaz.
I might be halfway through this valley, and my eyes just can't see a quick way out. And it might seem life's got it out for me, like I'm in way too deep, but I have found every single circumstance I can place in greater hands. I won't let my trouble bring me down. I've got joy down in my soul. I'm gonna take it everywhere I go. Not gonna worry about what I don't know. I'll be alright as long as I've got joy here in my heart, waving like a torch, fighting off the dark. In the jet black night, I'm gonna see the stars. I'll be alright as long as I've got joy. 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 So I'll just cast my cares, won't sink into despair. I won't find answers there, only doubt. Every single circumstance I can place in greater hands. God, I know you'll never let me down. I've got joy down in my soul. I'm gonna take it everywhere I go. Not gonna worry about what I don't know. I'll be alright as long as I've got joy here in my heart, waving like a torch, fighting off the dark. In the jet black night, I'm gonna see the stars. I'll be alright as long as I've got joy. 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 It's gonna be my strength, be my truth, gonna light the way, see me through. Gonna be my hope, be my shield, gonna lift me up no matter how I feel. Gonna be my strength, be my truth, gonna light the way, see me through. Gonna be my hope, be my shield, gonna lift me up no matter how I feel. I've got joy down in my soul. I'm gonna take it everywhere I go. Not gonna worry about what I don't know. I'll be alright as long as I've got joy here in my heart, waving like a torch, fighting off the dark. In the jet black night, I'm gonna see the stars. I'll be
going to be all right as long as I have joy. And there's some lines in that song that get me every time. It says, I'm going to cast my fear aside. I won't find answers there, only doubt. Isn't it true? How often do we get caught up in that wheel? Ugh. So, good morning. It is a good morning. We are not in that wheel right now. We are outside of that. We are in the flow. Right here, right now, by choice, shown up in the flow. With the reminder to put everything away. It'll be there later. Whatever seeming burden you may have walked in with, whether it was even to your living room this morning, whatever seeming thing that's going on, it'll be going on whenever. Chances are it'll be lighter when you've let go and let spirit carry it. Another line that I love from that, it says, every circumstance I can place in greater hands. People, places, things, circumstance, what's going on in the world, none of it is I can't fix gas prices. I can't fix the grocery store. I can't fix any of it. But I can fix my thinking about it. Here's what I know. I'm blessed. I woke up in a warm bed this morning. I have a car that got me here. I have people that love me. And I know how to change my mind. What more do I need? In the world, we live better than pretty much anyone here in the United States. We are so blessed in so many ways. And I can forget that so easily. I can forget. Because all I hear about is lack. All I hear about is suffering and pain. And it is true, where there is one that struggles, and I am one with that. I am. And I am of no use to anyone unless I am in the right frame. If my energy is here, I can't bring anybody up. If I'm going down there to meet you, we're staying there together. And that's useless. I have no answers if I'm stuck in the problem. If I'm stuck in the mud with you, we're both in the car that's not driving. So today we're going to talk about some ways of how do we do otherwise? How do I get out of that and move into something else? Why do I do it? Why is it important? And remind ourselves that there's a choice. Because when I hand things over to spirit, and I actually use the visual of the plaster hands. I was raised Catholic. I can't help it. I use those visual, though. I have a set of them that were actually my sister's, and I look at them and I literally will put things in them. It's on my dresser at home. And I will literally place people, circumstances right in those hands. And I will visualize myself putting them into the care of divine. And when I do that, I'm set free. Sometimes I have to do it 100 times in a day. But I am set free and miracles happen. Absolute miracles can happen for the people that I'm putting there. For if we didn't believe in prayer, why would we be? That's treatment is all about knowing that we know. And you really only have to say it once. The universe has it. It's like placing an order. The universe got it, but sometimes I forget. So it's remembering and doing what I need to, however I need to get back to that space. In our Declaration of Principles, Ernest Holmes said, we believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. We believe in the healing power of the sick through the power of this mind. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. this one mind that is my mind, that is all there is. So it's being able to be in that place of remembering that, because life has so many distractions and not everyone thinks that way. And the beauty is they don't have to, but I need to. That's the trick of it, isn't it? Don't we get caught up in that sometimes? It's like missing the forest for the trees. And it's so easy to do. Ernest Holmes said, "We heal the thoughts, not people. The spiritual person is never sick." Spiritual healing consists of changing psychological thought patterns. So again, we fall back to our old faithful, change our thinking, change our lives. And we know that. And we know that. And I still turn on the news and I get crazy. I can go and I can read something on social media and I'll think, how can somebody be so insensitive? And again, I'm reminded, thankfully, I'm not that insensitive. Thankfully, I see that as something that's not appropriate and I'm not living that way. I don't have to fix that person. I don't even have to reply to that person, though I often would like to. And again, going down doesn't bring me up. So it's about knowing what we know and being in that no matter what, just living in what we know. And here's what I know. Some of the benefits of laughter. Humor lightens your burdens and inspires hope, connects you to others. What's better than being in a room full of people just laughing? Draws people together in ways that trigger healthy physical and emotional changes in the body. And, it's amazing what it actually does. It talks about, it's your dopamine, your oxytocin and endorphins. And dopamine in particular enhances the learning, motivation, and attention. So laughing helps us to pay attention, strengthens your immune systems, boosts your mood, diminishes pain, and protects you from damaging effects. We've all known people that have gone through different types of seeming illnesses. And as they've walked through them, we've known people that were caught up in it. And then we've known people that just thought, you know what? I don't have time for this. They went through the motions, but they knew it wasn't who they were. Like you said, there's a difference between physician and metaphysician. It's the truths in which we use. It's hard sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I've been in that place that I forgot myself in it. That when you're stuck in pain at times, it's hard to stay in that place of knowing. The dark nights of the soul happen. It seems like they happen more often than they used to. And I'm not saying to me necessarily, but in general, we see a lot of stuff. We've lived through a lot of stuff between COVID and, not seeing family and friends and what's going on in the world and Ukraine. And there's other parts of the world and the awareness that those atrocities have been happening for years. Why am I just paying attention at this level now? Then I go into judgment. Then I go into the more, and there's so many layers of it. And that helps no one. It doesn't matter when you woke up. It matters that you're awake. It doesn't matter. What do I do now? You can't know until you know. Guilt is the most useless emotion there is. Joy heals. It reveals. It allows. You go with the flow in a different way. When we're holding, we are holding. Stress causes even water to hold onto your body. You can't even let that go. Our body doesn't heal when we're in that place of fight or flight. We don't sleep right. Life is just different. So it's being mindful that I don't need to worry about what was. I need to look at what is and say, okay, now what? What do I do with this information? Because that's all it is information of what I choose or what I don't choose. And, sometimes it's easier than others, but they're all choices. Laughter keeps you grounded, focused, and alert. It helps you to release anger and forgive sooner. How precious is that? We can forgive and let go. Nothing works faster or more dependably to bring your mind and body back into balance than a good laugh. It also gives us perspective. You ever been in that place that you're in the midst of even a trauma, but something happens and you start laughing? And you're like, I don't know why I'm laughing, because right now everything seems to be going. But the levity of it just is that it just lets it go. Sometimes it's almost like we think I can't be joyful in any way because if I laugh at this moment, something's wrong with me, or I'm not taking it seriously enough, or I don't think it's important. None of that is true. Especially when life gets the most difficult. That's when we need it the most. That's when we need to have that break. Watch something cheesy or funny, or I don't know about you, but the cheesy Hallmark movies, even the Christmas ones, I can't even help myself. I keep some of them recorded so that when I'm really at a place of like, I can't handle life right now, I put one on in the middle of summer. I don't care what it is. It's cheesy. I know the ending. I'm not proud, but I let go of life on life's. I let it all go and watch something that's going to bring me back. Or I watch certain movies that I know, I have certain favorites that I can't help but laugh, like I just belly laugh at. You have to know what that is for you. Know what movies those are. Know what people those are. And cherish them. Because life is a lot. But it's not mine to carry. Who do I think I am that I'm going to carry your burdens or yours, or even all of mine all at once and think I'm going to do anything with that? It's not going to happen. Think about putting everything on a tray. If you were carrying somebody's food out and you put everybody's on one tray, you drop it. So you just handle one thing at a time. One course at a time, one thing at a time, and let spirit have the rest of it. That includes people, circumstances, the stuff of life. Easy does it is more than a statement. There's a lot of slogans in the 12-step programs, let go and let God, and all of those things. And the reason that they're like that, they're there for a reason, is that keep it simple. All that stuff got you where you were. If you want recovery, do it differently. And that's life in general. If you want what you had when you were miserable, go back there again. Or you can do something differently. The best of you is what can really make a difference in life. The best of you. And the best of you cannot be present when you're focused on the stuff. So it's being mindful. It lightens your burdens, inspires your hopes, keeps you grounded and connected to others, and helps to release anger and forgive sooner. Now look at that little clothesline. Wouldn't that be great to have every day? Just putting it somewhere, reminding ourselves, what are the things that I needed to do for me today? Where am I when I'm in that place of, I'm not going to get through this, or I can't believe this, or I can't, go back to our truths. and know some pretty awful things have happened in history. And somehow humanity has made it through. If I want to make it better, I can't think in a way that's not pointing us in the right direction. I am in the car. Which way is it facing? If it's facing spirit, I'm in the right direction. If it's facing the problem, I'm stuck in the mud. And the more that I spin, the deeper I go in the mud. It's like a snowstorm in New England. When you're stuck in that snow, I don't care how much you run those tires, you're not making it out of it just by spinning. Something has to change. And humor does that. It melts the snow. In that moment, it doesn't exist. And it's amazing. It's amazing how it works. A sense of humor is a gift I ask for every day. It's a human attribute, but it's the closest to God's grace. And that's Pope Francis. And you know, the Catholic Church is not known for its levity. And if the Pope is saying that humor is the closest to divine grace, think about that. It's the Spirit in, through, and as you. Ernest Holmes said, the laughter of a child is as important to the universe as the creation of a planet. Have you ever been in a room with children just laughing? Just laughing. They get the giggles. And to me, it is the most beautiful sound, especially young children, that laughter. So really, be around it. Make a point to do what you need to be around. If you don't have kids of your own and you love children, then go to, don't volunteer your time at a daycare. If you love animals, because they're the other one, they too are just pure love. Donate your time at a shelter. Do what you need to be around what brings you up. You have a choice how you spend your time. Are you making it? Laughter decreases stress hormones, increases immune cells and infection-fighting antibodies, thus improving your resistance to disease. Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Endorphins promote an all-over sense of well-being and can even relieve pain. Think about that. So you have a condition. You may have whatever diagnosis you've been given. And that's what we call it in, metaphysicians call a diagnosis. I'm not claiming it. It's not mine. You can have it. Anything can be healed. It's about being revealed. That's all it is. But you're experiencing something that in this moment feels pretty darn real. If I focus on it, what happens to it? It grows. But if I distract myself, whether I'm out with people or I'm watching something or I'm doing something, what happens? I'm not thinking of it. It's background noise. And I've worked with people that's what I kind of call it that. I call it that background noise. And I actually, at one point, I worked with a group of people that had a lot of serious things going on. And I worked for Goodwill, and it was a program to get people back to work. And many of them couldn't, but they also didn't need to just stay home and be in their own stuff. And that's what they had done for years. They convinced themselves that they couldn't do anything anymore. And they were just in this place of. And I said, whether you're home or whether you're here, at least if you're here, I'll entertain you. You're not going to be miserable. So it'll distract you. And they looked at me like I was absolutely crazy, which many people do. I'm used to that look. Some of you do it often, right? Just this morning. And that's okay. But the point is, I'm happier in my craziness. And, they did show up and they said, you were right. They didn't think about it the whole time they were there. If they needed to shift in their seats, they did. I said, if you're in pain, just stand up. You don't have to raise your hand, tell the entire group that you're in pain and need to stand. Just do what you need to do. If you need to go for a walk, go for a walk. You're adults. Do what you need to do. And in the month, they were like different people because somebody gave them permission to do something other than struggle and suffer. We all get in that sometimes. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's emotional, and the worst is when it's spiritual. When we feel lost, when we feel like there isn't anything out there that's there for me, when I'm really in it alone. That there's so much despair in that for me, to think of people that really don't think that there's help. The spirit within them is just waiting. Act as if. So if you're watching this message and there's a part of you that wonders, is this whole spirit thing real? Act as if and see how it works for a month. We will refund all of your misery in full. I absolutely promise. You can have all of your pessimism and all your negativity back if it doesn't work. But try it. Try it and see. What do you have to lose? We get to choose how we go around in this time. How do you choose to be here? There is a laughter of God. Let's laugh it. There is a song of the universe. Let's sing it. There is a hymn of praise. Let's praise it. There's a joy, a beauty. There's a deep, abiding peace. Let's experience it. And that's Ernest Holmes. So let's play. Let's live. Let's be in this place. Your attitude is up to you. No one can change that. It's no one else's job. Each person is a full-time job. Some people are two. I know I'm in a lot of directions and I can get caught up in and very easily distracted. One of my ministers, Reverend Allen, used to say a squirrel. Like a thought comes by and it's like a squirrel. Oh, and I want to chase it. And it happens so often. So some of us, it's easier than others. And just like that song said, I won't find answers there, only doubt. Every single circumstance I can put in greater hands. And when I do, my burdens are lifted. I put them on the line. I take those, that visual I just showed you with let's see if I can get it back here. Take one of those things off the line and put whatever the worry is, see yourself pinning it to the clothesline. Now, our younger generation that's watching right now has no idea what a clothesline is. But years ago, we're aging ourselves. What can I say? We used to do that thing. We absolutely get to live this life in amazing ways. And I invite you to be there, to do that, to remember all of the benefits that you get. To relax your whole body. You get to live longer. How's that one? Diffuse anger and conflict. It even burns calories. I mean, really. You boost your immune system, protect your heart, and improve your bug flow. It triggers the release of those endorphins that just make us feel good. So let's be in that place. Let's live in that place. And, we can go to laughter yoga. If you haven't tried it, believe it or not, they have free examples of it online. There's, you can watch a movie. You can go see a stand-up comic. You can do all kinds of things. Call a friend that makes you smile. Do whatever you need to do to be in that place of joy. And, in the wise words of Snoopy and Charlie Brown, I had an epiphany that laughter was light and that light was laughter. and that this was the secret to the universe. So I offer you the secret to the universe. Let's practice that today and throughout this week and see if life doesn't flow a little bit better. So I thank you. Thank you for that delve into joy and laughter with me. And we are going to move on to our sacred circulation. We are at that time of the law of circulation states that giving activates receiving. And that in that giving, our beloved Barbara Hewitt is going to talk about how to do that. And we have our affirmation as well. So go right ahead, Barbara.
Thank you, Gina, for the joy, for the laughter, for the fun, for the lightness. And so as we talk about and move into being in the vibration of sacred giving, I just share with you, if this time together has inspired you, if it has touched your soul, or if it has opened your heart, that as we fill up, we release. And so our law of circulation is, as we empty out through meditation or other spiritual practices, we fill up with inspiration, with love and peace. As we give, we receive. And as we receive, we give, that we stay in that circle. And so, as I said a minute ago, if this time together, this sacred time together, has brought you, has spoken to you, has inspired you, I ask that you share, whether it be time, talent, or treasure. And to support CSL Greater Boston financially, we have many different avenues, which I know Gina will put up slides, but we have PayPal, we have text. So in any way you would like to share to support us as we continue to bring this faith and this philosophy and this way of life, starting here in Medford and bringing it out to the world, please do. We appreciate it, and we appreciate and love you. And so now for our affirmations, we could say them together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Thank you so much. And our announcements for this week, I want to mention again that we do have spiritual economics coming up. Reverend Allen will be leading that. And if anyone is interested, it's also, the information is in our newsletter. It's going to be on Wednesdays from 6 to 8:15, beginning March 23rd. Any other more information, just reach out to me or Reverend Allen, and I can get you that information if you'd like. Also, we have a wonderful workshop I'm excited about. The last Sunday of the month, we always have workshops here, and they are virtual as well as in person. And this is going to be Elaine Blaze, and she has a book, and she's going to be presenting on that book, and it's 3 Secrets to a Kick-Ass Life. She's a life coach, author, and motivational speaker, and she'll be sharing with us, and it will be wonderful, I have no doubt. She considers herself a professional troublemaker. I love that. I love it. Probably because I'm one too, but that's beside the point. And of course, we do, if you know anybody anywhere in the world, we are live also at 5 p.m. I wanted to just mention we are on at 5 p.m., wrong slide, 5 p.m. globally on New Thought Media Network, as well as you can check us out on Facebook or YouTube as well. And our fellowship, we're going to have some fellowship right after service. This is the number. You can reach out, and there's also a link in our newsletter as well as on our website. You're going to always look at, thank you, Chris. You always can go to our website and click right on the calendar, and it will always be links to take you where you need to be. Thank you so much for that, Chris. He is wonderful right behind the scenes now doing all the magic that he does. So grateful for that. So we have come to a place of, we're going to do our closing treatment. And I have asked the beautiful Barbara Fewitt to do that as well for us today. And Barbara is actually, she's not only the head of our council, our leadership council, but also she is the spiritual director of South Coastal, CSL South Coastal. So it is of that teaching chapter, and it is doing amazing things. So I invite you, if you are in the Massachusetts or Rhode Island area, to take a look at that as well. And we are coming together to do things together, which is a wonderful thing as well. We are starting to, throughout Rhode Island and Massachusetts, come together for different, whether it be classes. And right now I know there's a few people in different classes together from the different groups, and it's wonderful. We are one community globally. And as we are, online may not have felt great when we were in shutdown, what a gift it is that we now have the opportunity to come together with different people all the time and practice this. So thank you.
Thank you, Gina. And so once again, it's time to go into that still quiet place. Just paying attention to your gentle, easy breathing. Breathing in love and letting go of anything before this moment. Relaxing into the stillness. And so from this place, I recognize and realize that there is one divine, one Mother, Father, Creator, one that has many, many names. I stand in knowing the essence of this one that is all powerful and all present and all knowing. This one that is infinite and unconditional love. This one that is peace and joy, abundance and opulence, harmony, beauty. Knowing this and standing in the place of knowing my oneness with it, I know that I stand in oneness with each and every one who is here physically in this building, who is joining us, that we stand in spirit and in the consciousness of being one with each other, in joy and in love, and one with the divine. And so from this place, I speak this word for each and every one. I know that each one is embodying this word of joy, this word of laughter, this word of lightness. Each one is standing in a place of knowing exactly how to release and let go, how to shift their consciousness from things being hard and challenging and painful into acknowledging it and moving their consciousness into a place of a different kind of support, of standing in the consciousness of love, standing in the consciousness of acceptance, bringing people and positive things into their life that will bring this joy forward. And so by setting an intention of living in lightness, living in joy, living in laughter, it is so. And it is so in this very moment, right here and right now. And so having claimed and accepted this on behalf of each and every one, having declared and decreed it as truth in this very moment, I simply breathe it into the law of spiritual activity, knowing it is complete, it is so, it is done. I lay it on the altar of the law like a white rose. And so just breathing gently and easily, standing in firm and convicted faith, I know it is so, I know it is done. I say amen and blessed be, and we affirm this word by saying together, and so it is.
Thank you so much for that beautiful prayer, Barbara. Thank you. And, we've really talked about when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. So we're looking through the eyes of spirit. We're looking through the eyes of joy, because that's what spirit is. And in that place, lifted up, in that truth, in that knowing, our final song is going to be Imagine by John Lennon. And I invite you, in this joyous place, raise the vibration of our world. What do you imagine? I thank you for being here with us this week. And as we close in this, I am knowing that we are joyfully claiming truth and lifting the vibration of the world we live in. We are the change we choose to see in the world. Namaste.
Imagine there's no heaven. So you say if you try, no hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only